This is Fox 28 News at 10.
Right now tonight, we are tracking Tropical Storm Hermine and the path that storm will take. It's already causing some flooding, and Florida Governor Rick Scott has declared a state of emergency for 42 counties. The National Hurricane Center says Hermine could become a hurricane before it makes landfall tomorrow night or early Friday morning. The Red Cross is reminding people the time to prepare is now. Get water, a flashlight, and a battery-powered radio. You should create an evacuation plan, stay out of the water, and certainly drive with caution. And tonight, Fox 28's Robert Catanese is covering the low country as they get ready for the heavy rains. Fox 28's Shelby Roberts is live in Savannah with how the city is preparing for the storm. But first tonight, let's start our team coverage with Erin Thomas. She is tracking Hermine's path. Erin?
That's right, Allison. Now, this storm has been strengthening as we've been going through the past 24 hours or so, has not yet made landfall. What we're looking at now is just the outer bands of the storm starting to make its way through southern and central Florida at this time. Already seeing several warnings in place with that. Now, as you mentioned, there is a state of emergency declared for over 40 counties in the Florida area. And as we go through the next couple days, as we go through the next 24 hours or so, we will start to see the main impacts from Tropical Storm Hermine. Now, these are the watches and warnings that are already in place at this time. Those areas that are shaded in red near the Big Bend area of Florida, those are areas that are currently under a tropical storm warning as we go through the next couple days. Now, you can't tell because of how the colors are overlaid, but there's actually a hurricane watch as well just on the outer bands of Big Bend, Florida, indicating that they could potentially see hurricane strength storms associated with Tropical Storm Hermine as we go through the next 24 hours as it makes landfall. Those areas that are indicated with green are looking at a flash flood watch, especially areas in the northern parts of Florida and southern parts of Georgia could potentially see 15 to 20 inches of rain. Now, this area that's indicated with pink, that is for a tropical storm watch, which we are not included in at this time. We'll go ahead and zoom in for you. So you'll notice that here in the Savannah area, we are not under watches or warnings at this time. Our westernmost counties are included in that flash flood watch as we go through the next couple of days. All coming up in your Fox 28 forecast. I'm going to put a track on that storm for you and let you know what the major impacts will be.
All right, Erin, thank you. And whether or not Tropical Storm Hermine hits Savannah, local businesses are thinking about their next steps. Fox 28 Shelby Roberts joins us now live from downtown Savannah, and she's sharing what business owners plan to do moving throughout the week. Shelby?
I did speak with those business owners as well as people living across Savannah, and there seems to be mixed reaction about the anticipated weather. But one thing's for sure, all of those people I spoke with said that they've seen Savannah flooding, and they're not excited about that as a potential outcome. While there's no definitive path for this storm, it looks like Savannah could be in the line of fire. And all across the region, severe weather usually means flooding. That's a problem businesses along East 61st and Habersham are used to. But not everyone is all that concerned.
Kind of makes it difficult for customers to get to us. But overall, we feel safe that we won't get any flooding around here.
Not doing anything different. Towards the end of the shopping center here, they get it kind of rough on the corner.
The 5 Spot is one of those businesses that tends to get hit the hardest. Bar manager Drew Davis says he doesn't quite know what to expect this week, but he and his employees are prepared.
We have about a dozen sandbags that we keep in the back. Anywhere from 2 inches of rain up, we do get a lot of flooding.
Davis says street traffic doesn't help.
We don't have a lot of people that will slow down, pushes the waves up and over the door. But, you know, we do the best and we try to just maintain.
Safety is also a consideration for Davis. He and other business owners tell me they consistently see cars stalled near the intersection during severe weather. People think the water isn't as deep as it appears, and they turn out to be wrong. Davis's message to people driving through the area this week:
slow down, stay at home. The water is a lot deeper than you think.
Safety is most definitely a key as we move through the remainder of this week. Now, coming up at 10:30, I'm sharing some of the safety tips that you can do to prepare for a rainy day, quite literally. For now, reporting live in downtown Savannah, Shelby Roberts, Fox 28 News at 10.
All right, Shelby, thank you. And continuing our team coverage now, Fox 28's Josie Gregory spent the day on Tybee Island. And as she reports tonight, not everyone on the island is preparing to leave just yet.
Gray skies hang over Tybee Island, maybe a sign of what's to come Thursday night.
We're kind of hoping for the best, but planning for the worst.
This is the risk, I think, people that live on the coast have to do.
This is Dickie Trotter's home, his pride and joy on Tybee for the last 3 years.
I wouldn't live anywhere else.
But Tropical Storm Hermine could force Dickie and other folks on Tybee Island to leave their homes.
I've seen a lot of people try to ride out stuff. I don't want to tough it out.
Hermine is projected to bring up to 5 inches of rain and wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Now, Trotter's boat is fairly small, so wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour could toss it like a toy. So what does Trotter have planned?
I have several things lined up. I have friends that'll come get me.
So Trotter's got his plan, but every Tybee resident may not. Tybee's mayor wants to make sure they do.
We need to do all we can to make sure we're prepared.
So the city has sand at Memorial Park for people to fill up bags with, especially if their property floods when it rains.
We're giving our citizens a chance to utilize those resources at no cost.
But a major storm hasn't hit the area for decades, so people may still be thinking it won't happen here. Trotter says only fools wouldn't prepare for this.
Not everybody's smart on Tybee.
Tybee's mayor says people need to make sure they have their plan together now. On Tybee Island, Josie Gregory, Fox 28 News at 10.
And Highway 80 is the only way on and off of Tybee, and it is prone to flooding. Tomorrow on Fox 28 News at 10, we'll talk with Savannah Chatham Police on how they would handle the potential highway flooding from Hermine. Tropical Storm Hermine could impact the low country sometime Friday, and people there are preparing. Fox 28's Robert Catanese continues our team coverage. He spent the day in Jasper and Beaufort counties finding out how officials there are getting ready. He joins us now live from the newsroom. Robert.
Allison, Bluffton's Emergency Management Division is now operating Condition 4, which is an advanced stage of monitoring. Jasper County Emergency Management Center is ramping up their coverage in preparation of the effects of Tropical Storm Hermine.
Our planning starts way in advance.
Tropical Storm Hermine has set her sights on Savannah and the Low Country, but emergency officials say they're ready.
All of our personnel are in the process of being notified of the current briefing that we have and the potential for recall if necessary.
And Bluffton Township Fire Department is prepared as well.
Right now what we're anticipating is bringing some extra staff in to staff some smaller vehicles to go out and be able to mitigate some if there's debris in the roadways, different things. So what that will do for us, we'll be able to leave our major apparatus in service for any kind of other emergencies that come about.
Bluffton Police recommend you download their app to stay up to date on all that's happening with Tropical Storm Hermine.
I make sure we're keeping the public informed and make sure we're coordinating with our partners at the county EOC and getting the message out there.
Chief Wells, as well as multiple agencies, including police, fire, EMS, and highway patrol, will all be here at the height of the storm.
We are as prepared, I think, as we are capable of being and ready to respond to our citizens.
Now, Chief Wells says now is the time to make sure you have enough water, batteries, and non-perishable food for at least 2 days. Review your home plans and be prepared in the event that you do lose power. Now, coming up in the 10:30 half hour, you will hear how Hilton Head is preparing for Tropical Storm Hermine. Reporting live in the newsroom, Robert Catanese, Fox 28 News at 10.
Robert, thank you. And officials do urge you to clean up any loose debris that may be around your property before the storm. The weather is now affecting class schedules. Because of the storm, McIntosh County schools will be closed on Friday. Students will receive hurricane preparation pamphlets tomorrow. School there will reopen on Tuesday, September 6th. In a Fox 28 Zika alert tonight, the CDC says it is running out of money to fight the Zika virus. Right now, Florida is taking extra steps to prevent the spread of the virus because of storms that are taking shape. Mosquitoes breed in water, and crews are targeting the standing water for treatment. Public health experts say more funding is critical because the Gulf Coast, where the mosquito that transmits the virus mostly lives, is only halfway through peak mosquito season. Senate Republicans have now scheduled a vote for a $1.1 billion of funding on Zika. That vote will be next Tuesday. A Georgia Southern student is dead, and a Statesboro man faces involuntary manslaughter charges. Bullitt County deputies say 20-year-old Colleton Weatherford shot and killed 20-year-old Blake Sherling. Weatherford is also a student at GSU. Deputies believe alcohol was involved. A Connecticut man who spent almost 50 years on the run from authorities is now fighting extradition back to Georgia. Robert Stackowitz escaped a Georgia prison in 1968. Authorities recaptured him in May. His lawyers argue that sending him back to prison would be a death sentence because of his health problems. Tonight, Stakowitz is home on bond in Connecticut. A woman faces assault charges after a Georgia police officer says she ran him over. This is dash cam video of Officer Mark Lofton trying to arrest Jessica Fox for an outstanding felony warrant. After a brief struggle, you see Fox drove away with Lofton hanging on. Lofton tore his Achilles tendon. He also got a concussion from the incident. In your Fox 28 Vote 2016 coverage tonight, Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump is in Arizona right now. He's giving a speech on his immigration plan. Let's take a live look. This is the event that's going on in downtown Phoenix. Trump argued that illegal immigrants are treated better than our country's veterans and says that will change if he's elected. He also said in this speech he has a plan. First, he promises to build a wall and says Mexico will pay for it. Second, he says we will end catch and release. And third, he says he has zero tolerance for criminal illegal aliens. A new poll shows Hillary Clinton's favorability rating sliding. The ABC News poll says she is now equal to Donald Trump on that key issue. 59% of voters say their opinion of Clinton is unfavorable. 60% view Trump unfavorably. The EpiPen price hike, what consumer advocates say needs to be done to protect patients.
Oh, Lordy, the irony.
Why one man says a healthy treat landed him in the hospital. And in Texas, what's responsible for the deaths of more than a dozen cows in the blink of an eye? We'll be back with more news for Savannah, Hilton Head, and Tybee Island.